I want to read something from Nigeria's president. He says the characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant doesn't reflect our national reality. Religious freedom and tolerance have been a core tenet of our collective identity and shall always remain so. Nigeria opposes religious persecution and does not encourage it. He says the picture we're getting here is not accurate.
You know, unfortunately, that is completely false. I mean, there are states in Nigeria that have blasphemy laws, people who are facing the death penalty right now for blasphemy against Islam. There's a person currently right now who's held in prison for defending himself from attack from a Muslim militant from the Fulani tribe. He defended himself, and he's facing the death penalty. So, no, there's serious persecution happening in Nigeria. I know the president, Tinubu, is in a difficult position in trying to protect his interests there in that country, but they are complicit in this to one degree or another with statements like this.
The question is, I think the person you're referring to here has to do with Jackson, who, of course, we understand is currently, have been currently convicted and sentenced to death. And the thing have attracted so much public attention because this is a man who was in his farm, attacked by a Fulani man, a Fulani header, and in the process, he was able to overpower the Fulani man, took hold of the cutlass, and defended himself. In the process, the Fulani man gave her the ghost. As we have it, he has been convicted and sentenced to death. And we understand that recently, even the Supreme Court upheld the death sentence. So people are worried that even with the recent state pardon, with the recent pardoning of people who have been convicted in Nigeria, the man Jackson did not make the list. Fueling speculation about who controls the Nigerian polity. So I think these have caught the attention of international community. But a quick one. Let me bring you the angle of the investigation that is coming up, or rather the probe. This one is equally from Point Newspaper, where it says, alleged Christian genocide, U.S. Congress begins full-scale probe into Nigeria's killing. You go further to say that the United States House of Representatives Subcommittee on Africa will hold an open hearing on Thursday, November 20th, 2005, to examine President Donald Trump's recent designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. The CPC designation, if ratified by the Senate, would allow the U.S. to impose sanctions on Nigerian officials found complicit in religious persecution and limit certain forms of bilateral assistance. It also signals to the international community that religious freedom in Nigeria remains under serious threats. The hearing scheduled for 11 a.m. in room 2172 of the Reborn House Office building and available via live webcast will be chaired by Representative Chris Smith, RNG. It will feature two panel of witnesses, including senior U.S. State Department officials and Nigerian religious leaders. The invite to the members of the Committee on Foreign Affairs, cited by the Punch, read, "You are respectfully requested to attend an open hearing of the Committee on Foreign Affairs to be held by the Subcommittee on Africa at 11 a.m. in room 2172 of the Reborn House Office building." According to the invite, panelists will include senior Bureau officials of the Bureau of African Affairs, Jonathan Ratz, and Deputy Assistant Secretary of Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights and Labor, Jacob McGee. The second panel will feature the Director of Center for Religious Freedom, MS Nina Shi, Bishop Wilfred Anagbe of Makurdi Catholic Diocese in Nigeria, and MS Ege Onubogu of the Center for Strategic and International Studies. But let me say that at this point, all hands will be crossed, waiting to see the outcome of the public hearing and the decision of the Senate, because from what I understand, this move will finally guide the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, in arriving at what happened between Nigeria and the United States of America. Because, but coming back home, for me, I think what we needed as a people, as a country, is to move fast. Just like Adebo said, talking about the General Overseer or Redeemed Christian Church of God, that a Tinubu should seek 100-day window from Donald Trump, within which to address the world concern, or particularly American concern. And within that 100-day window, that he should give his service chiefs 90 days ultimatum, within which to address the insecurity. Take out the bandits, take out the terrorists, and even their sponsors. I want to say that that is advice and position is very good, but I don't know whether the government is looking in that direction. But I want to say that what we need as a people, as a country, is the neutralizing of those bandits, terrorists. Whether they kill Christians, they kill Muslims, is not the issue. They should be taken out. I saw the president send delegation, one of his aides, to Plateau State to meet with religious leaders, the Fulani community, the Christian community, the Muslim community in Plateau. Even as that is not bad, but I want to say that what we need is the neutralizing of the bandits. The killing of those who are killing people, that is what we need currently. So even as the president is trying to go and meet those communities through his aid to foster unity, we need the total killing of those bandits. Because in a way, that will engender lasting peace. Because people cannot just be keeping parading gun in their hands and killing people without justification. Because even if the security agencies are telling us that they are recording success, the only way we can believe that they are recording success is if we start seeing those arrested being put on trial. If we see the lives of Toji Bello arrested, put on trial. If we see the lives of Ada Aleru arrested, put on trial. Or we see the chunk of ammunition recovered. Not just one AK-47, AK-42, because what we see from viral videos online shows that these people with sophisticated weapons, AK-47, AK-49, chain bullet, and all of that. If we start seeing those category and caliber of weapons being recovered, yes, we can now say we are seeing the government taking bold steps and that we are seeing success. Because as far as I'm concerned, we need the safety of the lives and property of Nigerians. And the constitution is very clear about what shall constitute the primary purpose of governance, to the extent that they say that the welfare of the people and their security shall constitute the primary purpose of governance. Section 14, subsection B, Section 14, subsection 2B of 1999 Constitution as amended is very clear on that. So that is why we are saying that the president, the governors, the local government chairman, it behoves on all of them to protect lives and properties within their jurisdictions, because the country are given them that responsibility, and they have also sworn to an oath in their respective capacities to do so. I'll be saying that negotiation is unacceptable. Saying we should not use kinetic approach to address this is unacceptable. We must approach it from the point of strength from the federal government, because we cannot have the situation but acquire monopoly of currency power to support the bandit out of their hiding places, set them running, and bring them to justice. I must say that that is legitimate. To keep bandits is a legitimate thing to do. To arrest and prosecute them is legitimate, because these are people who have no value for human life, who are proving that human life do not matter to them. But if you consider the manner, the way they kill Nigerians, so they too do not deserve mercy, and they should not enjoy mercy. That is why they must get the full wrath of Nigerian sovereignty in terms of Nigerian might. That is my own consideration. Because all idea of repentant Boko Haram, repentant bandits, as far as I'm concerned, is a deceit. Just as a former governor of Kaduna State put it, that bandits do not repent. That the only bandit that have repented is one that have died. There's no ideology, so disallow all of them, send them to their creator, who are the ultimate power to judge them. I want to believe that his position is very potent, and as we have it, their activities have caught the attention of international community. Because they say every day for the thief, one day for the owner of the house. Because those who have been facing this high level of threat to life, this unlifing of people that have been suffering in silence. But currently, we are seeing a relief in sight. The question is, this is not just about Muslims, it's not just about Christians, it's about the sanctity of life. That's why I'm particularly happy that we are seeing even Muslims who are coming out clearly to explain that we need someone that has the competence to address this for us once and for all. Listen to this Muslim from the north and get understanding of the feeling in the north.
There is Christian genocide in Nigeria. If we take a look at what is happening in Plateau State, what is happening in Benue State, Taraba and others. But why the Christian communities or some of the Christians decide to appeal to the United States of America? Because they know they are right. And maybe the involvement of President Trump will help even we Muslims that are not terrorists and that we are against these Plani herdsmen and what they were doing. Maybe we will get peace in the future, because we are the most target of terrorists. But we show that those terrorists are still our brothers. This is what most of the Islamic clerics and Islamic scholars here in northern part of Nigeria are saying in their mosques. This is the truth. Even the federal government doesn't have any target, doesn't have any plan till today to fight those Fulani herdsmen. And the action which President Trump you take, this is a great action. This is a great action someone has ever taken against terrorists. Today, if Fulani herdsmen enter into your farm, when you say, hey, why did you enter into my farm? Their response is to weaponize themselves with arms, knife, or even AK-47 attacks and kill you in your own property. This is what they were doing. This is the pact. So what Christians have said, yes, there is Christian genocide. Many Christians have been killed by those Fulani herdsmen. I welcome the United States or America into Nigeria if their goal is to eliminate those terrorist groups, because Nigerian government is not ready to do that. It's not ready. This is the real what is happening. No one has rights in this country than Fulani people. I don't know why. I am their blood. But what is happening is no religion. Islam doesn't have anything to do with those Fulani herdsmen. Any group of terrorism, they will just claim the name of Islam to badname the Islam, to badname the Holy Prophet. and they don't even know how to pray. They were not fasting, but they will say they are Fulani. They are Muslims. So I'm not against President Trump. This is the truth. And I have one advice to the United States government. You have to investigate clearly. There is politicians in the north, Fulani politicians that were linked and connected with those terrorist groups. They are helping them. They are in many ways. In many ways, we see them together. They were negotiating. No one will welcome you to the government house, but you will see a governor welcoming a terrorist group to the government house. And after 3 days, they will start attacking every village, killing innocent lives. Why? We have to stand and speak the truth what is going on. They know their right. As we Muslims, we don't know our right. If we know our right, we are the first people to stand up against those people and to appeal to everywhere to this in this world that we need help. So let them do it. They have right to do it. We are the people who are supposed to do this. We didn't do it. Many of us looking at those Fulani herdsmen as their own Muslim brothers. They were not. This is the reality. You can assassinate me. You can do whatever you want. If you never stop this, your mentality. Looking at terrorists who's shedding the human blood like mosquito. If you never stop claiming them your own brothers, Islam will never get peace. This is the truth. This is the only truth. In my stage, before Boko Haram start killing everybody, when they start bombing the churches. Most of us people were happy of what they were doing. They are destroying the Christian churches. We are saying, yes, they did well. After they finished with the churches, they turned to the mosque, killing thousands and thousands of people. We didn't do anything. We are asking those corrupted leaders to come and fight against terrorists. Will they do that? While they are using those terrorists as the shields, and they are using them in their political system. So if you, the United States, will support to eliminate those Fulani terrorist group, I'm happy with that. And secondly, our main problem in northern Nigeria is Izala. There is one Izala to be the Kamiti Sunnah, an Islamic group. Those people are the first people to preach in the wrong way that made people carrying weapons turned against their brothers until today. And most of them are linked to that terrorist. This is the truth. Before the establishment of Izala, that is, the Christians and Muslims in northern Nigeria, their relation is like a twins brothers relation. They have to stop. You have to stop this Izala. Erika, Ishia, all of those groups, you have to stop them. This is the fact.